After more than 18 years of abuse, Peggy Gallagher had had enough. One night in the autumn of 1983, after her husband had headed for the pub, she gathered up her boys and the family made their exit.
One night, we just came home and that was it, we were moving. We just got everything together, beds, everything. We left him the carpets, that's it.
It was good actually, it was like, you know, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to us. You know what I mean?
Peggy found herself struggling to make a new home for her and her teenage boys. She juggled various jobs with trying to keep them under control. Noel, who quit school at 15, worked as an apprentice for the gas company. After work, he'd sit locked away in his bedroom with his guitar, contemplating his future.
I'm either going to go and work in the local factory, be a drug dealer, or, you know, see if I can do anything with this guitar, eh? So I decided if I was going to make anything in my entire life, that was going to be it.
He was like the weirdo in the family, as far as I was concerned, you know, when he was into his music and into his guitars and that.
In May of '89, Noel got a job as a guitar technician with Inspiral Carpets. Life on the road got him out of Manchester, but Liam, left behind and now aged 13, was getting bored of school life.
I never robbed car stereos or anything like that, you know what I mean? I just walked past the shop, be a mountain bike outside, and I'd go, thank you very much.
When he was 15, Liam was expelled from school for fighting and took a job as a fence builder. But after a couple of years, and like his older brother, he found himself drifting into music.
So I got into music when I was about 18 or something, 17. And I thought, I could do that. I could do that well easy, you know what I mean? It was just a matter of time of getting the right people around, you know what I mean?
Liam started singing in the summer of '91, joining 3 friends in a group called Rain, whose name and musical direction was about to be changed. When life with the Inspirals brought Noel back to Manchester that summer, he was surprised to discover Liam had taken a keen interest in the music world.
Seeing your little brother up on stage, you know, singing with the lights on him and all that, it's like, no. Because he never really expressed an interest in music, you know, let alone like being in a band. So I'm like, cheers, mate.
So we played this gig and it was all right. I thought it'd be great, you know what I mean? But I still knew in the back of my mind it needed improving. We needed better songs and, you know, we needed a bit more direction.
Liam wanted the band to make it, so much so that he knew it meant having Noel on board.
Because we were and we knew that we wouldn't get any better unless we had his songs, you know what I mean? And his guitar playing and stuff, you know. You just have to make him feel really important and go, please, Noel, please join us. You're not worthy, you know what I mean? And then he sort of like come round.
Noel agreed to join the band, but only if they stopped playing Liam's songs.
The stuff that Liam and I were writing was just awful. They were shocking. I mean, seriously. I mean, if you think like that some of my stuff's bad, you really wouldn't want to hear the stuff they were coming out with before I joined.
5 months later, with a new name, Liam out front and Noel in control, Oasis had a few songs, a new direction and a small but dedicated following, which included Manchester's music hero, Johnny Marr of The Smiths.
It really was 12 people and a dog, you know. I mean, the place could have hundreds and hundreds of people in there for all they cared, because there was loads of energy and loads of passion. It was very loud.
In 1993, the boys heard a London record executive was travelling to Glasgow to scout for bands. Confident they could blag their way onto the bill, they got together enough money to rent a van and made the 6-hour trip up north.
So we got to the gig. We knocked on the door and the fella came out and he said yes. And we said, oh, we've come with the band, we couldn't play tonight. And he looked down his list and he said, you're not on here tonight.
She's going, no. Can you not play to them? And it was just like, not you. Let's play.
Oasis bullied their way into the opening slot and blew the crowd away. After the show, Alan McGee, head of Creation Records, invited the band to meet him the next week in London.
And I just bullshitted him for about an hour and a half about how fantastic we were going to be, about all these songs that we'd written, which we haven't. And he bought it. He bought it. And we got a 6-album record deal. I remember going back up on the train to Manchester going, I better write some songs now.
With only 6 original songs, Oasis had bluffed their way into an incredible 6-album deal with Creation.
Maybe I don't really want to know.
1993, and with a record deal behind them, Noel was driving the band through the making of their first album with his own high expectations.
It had to be the most important rock record since Nevermind by Nirvana. It just had to be, or there would have been no point in doing it. We might never have made a second record.
Obsessed with perfection, Noel forced the band to record the album 3 times.
They might have recorded them parts twice, but I think I got it in pretty much one take, actually.
With Noel and the rest of the band happy with the album, Oasis took to the road with no certainties.
We didn't know whether we were going to last 5 years or 5 months, but we knew we were going to have a good time finding out.
Creation Records financed a small tour hoping it would make the band smarten their act up. Instead, they polished off their entire budget on drugs and booze.
We wouldn't pay any hotel room bills, we just gone mental. We get back to the office and they'd say, well, we're at £2,000 in debt, you know what I mean? You've only done 4 shows, and we'd be like, spent it.
On the 30th of August 1994, Oasis released their first album. Without a doubt, Definitely Maybe was an absolute success. Critics declared it a wake-up call for Britain's stale music scene.
The first time I listened, I just suddenly got how important that record was, how hypnotic it was, how infectious it was.